our 90210 Best Friends Face Off.
What happens when we interview each other? What has been the highlight of being back with the gang after 30 years? We all have been posting on social and having so much fun together while we were shooting, but what was it really like?
The gang. It was, we all say surreal, but it was like summer camp because we were all in Vancouver together, which in hindsight I think was a really great idea because it took us out of our element and we were like roommates and in the same apartment building, a lot of us. And it was on one hand, like, remember the first scene? I was like, oh my gosh, I saw everyone's face and I was like, I can't act. I forgot how to act in front of these people. And you're like, you could do it. And then...
You panicked. Full on sweat panic. Yeah.
I was like, I just forgot how to act. Like, where's this voice? And then we did it and all of a sudden we were like, oh, that person, right? I remember you. And it was, you said it best. It was like riding a bike. And then we realized you can go home again.
Good answer.
Thanks. Hey, I got one for you.
Okay.
What is one thing you want to ask me? Wait, hold on. No, I gotta find another one. Okay, now be honest. When we first started working on this idea, how confident were you that we would actually pull this off? Like, we knew it was something fresh and different. We wanted to do that, but did you think that people would embrace it as much as they are embracing it?
You want me to be honest?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Totes.
Okay. I was not sure at all
that
people would embrace this concept, this whole sort of meta version of doing a reboot. And I was nervous because it had never been done before. I mean, actors playing themselves in roles has been done in the movies, by different shows. And I know a lot of our inspiration came from like Larry David and the fun that watching. I just have fun when I watch shows like that. So developing it, I was really nervous that people would be confused, that they would just want to see the characters. But I remember you encouraged me all along whenever I would have a panic attack and be like, this is not going to work. They're not going to like it. You would say, yes, they are. It's going to be fine. And then you'd have a panic attack and I'd say, you're fine. But I was definitely worried from the beginning. I felt like I was holding my breath for 2 years because it was like kind of walking into the unknown.
Your breath for 2 years.
Yeah.
But we originally thought it would be a half hour.
We thought it would be a half-hour comedy, like Curb Your Enthusiasm or Larry David. But what a cool idea to take it. We were so nervous to go, well, okay, let's make it an hour. But it works somehow.
It works.
And people are into it, which it's the best thing. I think for me the most rewarding part is hearing like the critics saying good things about it and sort of creating that energy around it. It just feels really good.
I concur.
How much did you tap into your dad's creative mind and all of the things that he taught you working on this?
A lot. I mean, obviously it was hand in hand. We worked on this from day one together.
I know, but your dad is the most famous producer of television there ever was. Like there's one thing in your genes.
Like there was, like you said, moments when we were like, no, we can't do this. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. And my dad was such a fighter. Like when he had an idea, he would not take no for an answer. Like that was it. He like stuck to his vision. And, as we know in life, when there's different cooks in the kitchen, things get changed. And I think that's the one thing he taught me to do is believe in what you create and don't let that vision go. And I feel like during the process, we had two angels like looking down, like telling us like go ahead. Like my dad and Luke were both wanting us to go ahead with our vision and stick to it.
So true.
What was it like kissing Jason all over again?
Why are you asking me that? It's kind of gross.
Sorry, I was having a fangirl moment. But it's someone you kissed on screen 30 years ago, like 25 years ago. Like, isn't it bizarre to go back and play a love scene with someone? And how is it different? Do you feel like their character's dynamic then as opposed to now? Like, obviously it was Brandon and Kelly, and now it's Jason and Jenny.
It's impossible to compare. It's impossible to compare the two experiences because, like you said, one was Brandon and Kelly and one's Jason and Jenny.
But chemistry-wise,
it's, Jason and I work really well together. and we're both just in it to win it, and let's get this and let's go home, kind of a thing. So there's not a lot of drama or any extra stuff going on. And kissing him was just like old times. Like it's the same, like it felt exactly the same.
Like riding a bike?
Like riding a bike.
Jennie Garth says kissing Jason Priestley is like riding a bike.
Oh, it makes you sweaty. Wait, but you had to kiss Brian. What was that like?
I was nervous for a moment. Right? So I was like, it would have been less nervous if it was someone new, I think. Mm-hmm. But it's someone, I was like, oh my gosh, like.
What if I'm not a good kisser anymore?
Like, yeah, what if he's like, ooh, this poor thing's gone downhill. Like, but I was like, I still got it.
I still got it.
Yes. Oh, so this is a question fans are wondering. They just got to see a brief peek at Kelly. What is Kelly doing now? Like, is she the owner of the Peach Pit? Because that's what they saw in Tori's dream.
Right. In Tori's dream, she was running and owning the Peach Pit with Brandon. What is Kelly Taylor doing? I think that she's a savvy businesswoman, owns her own business, whatever it is, whether it's the Peach Pit, I'm not sure. She's back at the Peach Pit, but not as an owner. So that ought to be fun. Okay. So we see Kelly again in episode 2, and she's not in the Peach Pit. She's not owning the Peach Pit with Brandon. She's walking the halls of Beverly Hills High, and just West Beverly. You're laughing because I named it wrong. West Beverly.
I wasn't going to say anything.
And she's tapping into her fears and probably insecurities about going on board with the reboot and going back into that kind of world. But I don't know what she would really be doing. Like, I don't know. Does she have cats or dogs?
I feel like she's a cat person.
Really?
Yeah. Sorry. No one rocks a bang like you do.
Oh my God.
As Kelly Taylor. And I got to tell you, watching, because we do dream/nightmare sequences through the whole show. Mm-hmm. Each week we open on that. Mm-hmm. And seeing you back in your bang as Kelly Taylor, like, I was like, oh my gosh. It was like looking at the 17-year-old version of you.
If you say so.
What did you feel like watching all the other actors get back into their 90210 characters for the dream sequences?
It was so fun in that makeup trailer on those dream or nightmare sequence days because I would just look over and I would see Brandon. Like, it was just a trip. We would put his hair up and be in the Peach Pit shirt, and you with you had your hair over with dark roots, and we tried to do 90s makeup. It was so fun. It was like we were dressing up for Halloween. We were dressing up as our characters. It was fun.
It was fun.
Okay, you.
Okay.
Fans of 90210 were and are pretty diehard. What memory do you have of being with me in the early days when the fans were just swarming us? Do you have any memories of that?
Together? I don't know.
Or just like on your own? Do you remember the frenzy that was the original?
I feel like when we used to go shopping, like if we'd be on location, we would go shopping a lot, like in our like
sneak out.
Yeah, sneak out in our bathrobes and like the bodyguards would come and we'd be like, oh, where are we filming? Because we didn't get out much. So in between, like any location we would film, if there were stores, we were super excited. Because we're like, life, real life.
People.
And we'd go in and like buy stuff. And I just remember the fans were like, all around.
It's weird. They see one of us, it's like something. But when they see more than one of the group together,
then it's real.
It blows their minds, yeah.
Still to this day.
So there were a ton of flashbacks for the fashion on BH90210. Can you tell us a little bit about how that came to be and how you were very integral in that dress you wore in the Peach Pit?
So we were on a crazy time schedule, as you know, and pretty much writing the episodes as we were filming them. So the show evolved as we all evolved together. And I feel like we have a dream or a nightmare sequence in every single episode, and it's from a different character's perspective, and it opens the show. So the fans get to see all the original characters. The first one, though, we weren't quite sure the direction we were going to take the rest in. So I feel like we were trying to do a modern nod at 90s. That's why, like, Gabrielle has her short hair in it, and she'll go back to long Andrea hair later. we felt like your outfit was kind of a modern nod at Kelly Taylor. Like, you used to wear short skirts, you had a long pencil skirt on instead, but still your pop colors, your blues that you were always known for as Kelly. Donna, I found a daisy dress, but it was a peplin little flirty skirt instead of a bigger skirt. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
And just like, kind of an updated 90s, but still like that iconic, you're like, oh, it's 90s, but with little twists.
I know. I could always count on you to bring back something that we wore from the original because I have no memory of any of it until you're like, here, look at the picture. Look what you're wearing. We're going to do that. But that was really a fun component of it, I think, was getting to go down memory lane and then reprise those looks in a modern day.
Definitely.
We just did that again with the Teen Choice Awards.
We did.
When you had a great idea.
A modern nod.
At the Sunflowers.
An iconic fashion fave.
Yep.
It's fun to tweak it. And I feel like fashion was like its own character in 90210, the wardrobe. So I think we definitely, Mandy Line, our amazing costume designer on BH90210, did such a great job of making sure each character had such a specific fashion sense. It was very emotional, like all the outfits that went with each character and complex. And I think the fans are really going to find that as intriguing as everything else on the show.
Yeah, it's definitely fun to watch the wardrobe. So, what is the one thing that might surprise fans about our friendship? We've known each other for a long time, as you've said, and we actually even lived together in Vancouver. What was it like being my roommate in a 2-bedroom apartment? It was so fun. It was so fun. Remember? It was so fun.
It was so fun. So, have you guys seen The Odd Couple? That's us. And wait, who's the messy one?
You're whoever the messy
Oscar.
one is.
She's Felix. I'm like, he's Felix. She's Felix. She's a total neat freak, which is a great thing. Like, oh my gosh.
I mean, is it neat freak? Is that really the title you want to put on
I
me?
think that's what people call it. Okay. She's neat.
Tidy? Clean?
She's a tidy bowl.
Clean?
She's...
I like things in order. In their plate. Like, I don't know. I just can't live with craziness around me.
Or anything
because it's crazy
you.
enough in here. Like, I need things to be calm and everything.
I remember at first I used to get nervous because you would just be cleaning everything and moving, and we'd come home from work so tired after like a 17-hour day. It'd be like 3 a.m, and you'd be like cleaning, and I'd be like, should I help? And then I started to realize that like it's not about that. It's just like you have to let you do it. So I had to stop feeling guilty and be like, okay.
Can you tell my husband
My
that?
house has never looked so impeccable. Thank you, Jennie Garth.
But you were very sweet, I will say, because you were so worried about my cleanliness and my issues with that and the opposites of us, that you had a housekeeping service come in every single day.
She's lying.
To clean up.
It was 3 days a week.
3 days a week. It felt like every day. But
we were at a furnished living place where they offer it 1 time a week. It comes with the whole thing. And then I saw them there, and I was like so worried that you would have to come home at 3 a.m. and feel the need to clean dishes that I was trying to take the burden off of you.
I don't think it's not a need for me. It's like it relaxes me to do that.
It makes me very nervous when you do it.
What if I do it while I'm drinking a glass of wine? Is that okay?
I'm so tired. That takes the edge off. I'm like, I'm so tired. Let me sit on this couch. Let me take my Spanx off and unwind. And you're just like, cleaning.
I'm sorry. I really put you through it. But you did a good job of keeping your mess in your room mostly and shutting the door.
Thanks, Mom. Great. That makes me feel better. But it's interesting because there's a lot of things that people say, like, what's the one thing you haven't done together? Like, we've done a lot together in 30 years. That was the one thing we had never done together, was live together. In real life. We've had the beach apartment. We lived together for years in 90210, the original.
Yes.
But never in real life.
I think the prop guys made it neat for you.
But I didn't know then that I was that messy, and now we all know.
You're not that messy. You just were relaxing.
In BH90210, when they would show Tori, I'd be like, no, just throw stuff around. Oh, okay, that feels like me.
The set design, you had to go in and like mess things
That
up
feels
a
like
little.
a version of me.
I think we should do a road trip, like go in an RV somewhere together.
I would love to do that.
With the dogs.
With the dogs. Oh, so our dogs, little known fact, since there's not much people don't know. So our dogs became best friends too, which I think is really cute.
We should hit the road. We're getting ready to do a tour.
We are.
What's that going to be like? Any ideas?
I have so many ideas. Right. So we're taking it on the road. Some people say we're good together, so we're hitting the road. See what happens. I think the funnier part of that would be the traveling part, to be honest.
And the dogs and the kids of it all.
I actually want to be in an RV with you. I really do.
Going anywhere together is like a road show.
It really is. It's like a science project, but in a fun way, like, because stuff just happens.
Yeah.
But it's good. But this way we get to be with friends, girlfriends, bring your girlfriends, boyfriends, bring your boyfriends.
Yeah, it's going to be like a girls' night out. We're going to try to make it really fun for girls and guys to come and just hang with us for the night. Talk like this, like talk real with them and
you never
play
know
games.
Where the conversation's going to go. And she's a big game player.
Yeah.
And super competitive. It gets really scary.
It gets really scary. Thanks.
Yeah, I feel like if we really played against each other in something, like a game. I don't think we've ever done that.
I don't think
Like
so,
a
but I
game?
think you would get competitive against
I'm
me.
a little
I would bring
competitive.
it out of you.
Well, I'd have to gauge your reaction, and I might have to let you win.
Wait, no, I let you win Master Chef. I didn't let you win, but you won Master Chef. Master Chef.
Yeah, and I didn't even enjoy winning it because afterwards I was like, is she mad? Is she mad?
I was so pissed.
She was so mad just because she's super competitive. And I was like, oh, is this okay? And then I was like, I enjoy it. But yeah, I was really worried.
I was very happy for Stella.
See, that was the one saving grace. Because it was mother-daughter, so you were okay with that. Wait, what games are we going to play on the road, though, with people?
I don't know. We have to think of that. We have to think of some good ideas. Any ideas?
Like Duck, Duck, Goose? Heads Up, 7-Up?
No.
Remember that game?
Never played that one.
And you put your head down in class, and they'd come and they'd hit your thumb, and then you were it. But people would do it really hard, and you'd be like, no.
Nope.
Hangman?
I like Hangman.
We've heard rumor that season 2 could depend on how the ratings do. And it was just announced that BH90210 posted the highest rated summer series debut in more than 2 years. You think we're getting a season 2?
Yes, I think we'll. I don't know, honestly, if we'll be getting a season 2. I don't know if everybody's going to be able to be on board with their schedules. I mean, that we got a season 1 was a miracle and no small feat. So if we can stay together and do it again, I think we would have even more fun.
I mean, I think it can't be a coincidence that we're all back in each other's lives so hardcore. I think at this point we can all agree to disagree that we're like that we're stuck with each other, all of us.
Stuck is the good word.
30 years later, here we are doing it again. And yeah, it would be great. And we have so many stories to tell.
Oh my gosh.
Because season 2 would be the reboot. So you would see the actual show within the show all the time. So we really get to delve into those characters hardcore and see where they are now. So it'd be fun.